Which of the following entities recommends transmit/receive channels and other parameters for auxiliary and repeater stations? A. Frequency Spectrum Manager appointed by the FCC. B. Volunteer Frequency Coordinator recognized by local amateurs. C. FCC Regional Field Office. D. International Telecommunications Union. B. Volunteer Frequency Coordinator recognized by local amateurs. Which of the following HF bands have frequencies available to the technician class operator for RTTY and data transmissions? A. 10 meters, 12 meters, 17 meters, and 40 meters. B. 10 meters, 15 meters, 40 meters, 80 meters. C. 30 meters only. D. 10 meters only. D. 10 meters only. What may result when correspondence from the FCC is returned as undeliverable because the grantee failed to provide and maintain a correct mailing address with the FCC? A. Fine or imprisonment. B. Revocation of the station license or suspension of the operator license. C. Require the licensee to be re-examined. D. Reduction of one rank in operator class. B. Revocation of the station license or suspension of the operator license. When may amateur radio operators use their stations to notify other amateurs of the availability of equipment for sale or trade? A. When the equipment is normally used in an amateur station and such activity is not conducted on a regular basis. B. When the asking price is $100 or less. C. When the asking price is less than its appraised value. D. When the equipment is not the personal property of either the station licensee or the control operator or their close relatives. A. When the equipment is normally used in an amateur station and such activity is not conducted on a regular basis. What determines the transmitting privileges of an amateur station? A. The frequency authorized by the frequency coordinator. B. The frequencies printed on the license grant. C. The highest class of operator license held by anyone on the premises. D. The class of operator license held by the control operator. D. The class of operator license held by the control operator. What type of amateur station simultaneously retransmits the signal of another amateur station on a different channel or channels? A. Beacon station. B. Earth station. C. Repeater station. D. Message forwarding station. C. Repeater station. What brief statement indicates that you are listening on a repeater and looking for a contact? A. Words hello test, followed by your call sign. B. Your call sign. C. The repeater call sign followed by your call sign. D. The letters QSY, followed by your call sign. B. Your call sign. Why are simplex channels designated in the VHF/UHF band plans? A. So that stations within mutual communications range can communicate without tying up a repeater. B. For contest operation. C. For working DX only. D. So that stations with simple transmitters can access the repeater without automated offset. A. So that stations within mutual communications range can communicate without tying up a repeater. What information is contained in the preamble of a formal traffic message? A. The email address of the originating station. B. The address of the intended recipient. C. The telephone number of the addressee. D. The information needed to track the message. D. The information needed to track the message. How might fog and light rain affect radio range on 10 meters and 6 meters? A. Fog and rain absorb these wavelength bands. B. Fog and light rain will have little effect on these bands. C. Fog and rain will deflect these signals. D. Fog and rain will increase radio range. B. Fog and light rain will have little effect on these bands. What is the name for the distance a radio wave travels during one complete cycle? A. Wave speed. B. Waveform. C. Wavelength. D. Wave spread. C. Wavelength. Which of the following bands may provide long-distance communications during the peak of the sunspot cycle? A. 6 or 10 meters. B. 23 centimeters. C. 70 centimeters or 1.25 meters. D. All of these choices are correct. A. 6 or 10 meters. What must be considered to determine the minimum current capacity needed for a transceiver's power supply? A. Efficiency of the transmitter at full power output. B. Receiver and control circuit power. C. Power supply regulation and heat dissipation. D. All of these are correct. D. All of these are correct. Which of the following can be used to enter the operating frequency on a modern transceiver? A. The keypad or VFO knob. B. The CTCSS or DTMF encoder. C. The automatic frequency control. D. All of these choices are correct. A. The keypad or VFO knob. What describes the number of times per second that an alternating current makes a complete cycle? A. Pulse rate. B. Speed. C. Wavelength. D. Frequency. D. Frequency. What is the approximate amount of change, measured in decibels dB, of a power increase from 5 watts to 10 watts? A. 2 dB. B. 3 dB. C. 5 dB. D. 10 dB. B. 3 dB. What is the proper abbreviation for megahertz? A. MHz. B. MHz. C. MHz. D. MHz. D. MHz. What formula is used to calculate current in a circuit? A. Current I equals voltage E multiplied by resistance R. B. Current I equals voltage E divided by resistance R. C. Current I equals voltage E added to resistance R. D. Current I equals voltage E minus resistance R. B. Current I equals voltage E divided by resistance R. What electrical component stores energy in an electric field? A. Resistor. B. Capacitor. C. Inductor. D. Diode. B. Capacitor. Which of the following components can consist of 3 layers of semiconductor material? A. Alternator. B. Transistor. C. Triode. D. Pentagraph converter. B. Transistor. What do the symbols on an electrical schematic represent? A. Electrical components. B. Logic states. C. Digital codes. D. Traffic nodes. A. Electrical components. What is the name of a device that combines several semiconductors and other components into one package? A. Transducer. B. Multipole relay. C. Integrated circuit. D. Transformer. C. Integrated circuit. Where is an RF preamplifier installed? A. Between the antenna and receiver. B. At the output of the transmitter's power amplifier. C. Between the transmitter and antenna tuner. D. At the receiver's audio output. A. Between the antenna and receiver. How can overload of an on-amateur radio or TV receiver by an amateur signal be reduced or eliminated? A. Block the amateur signal with a filter at the antenna input of the affected receiver. B. Block the interfering signal with a filter on the amateur transmitter. C. Switch the transmitter from FM to SSB. D. Switch the transmitter to narrowband mode. A. Block the amateur signal with a filter at the antenna input of the affected receiver. Which of the following is the most common cause for failure of coaxial cables? A. Moisture contamination. B. Gamma rays. C. The velocity factor exceeds 1.0. D. Overloading. A. Moisture contamination. What is the characteristic appearance of a cold solder joint? A. Dark black spots. B. A bright or shiny surface. C. A grainy or dull surface. D. A greenish tint. C. A grainy or dull surface. What is the approximate bandwidth of a single-side EBand SSB voice signal? A. 1 kHz. B. 3 kHz. C. 6 kHz. D. 15 kHz. B. 3 kHz. Which of the following is a good way to judge whether your uplink power is neither too low nor too high? A. Check your signal strength report in the telemetry data. B. Listen for distortion on your downlink signal. C. Your signal strength on the downlink should be about the same as the beacon. D. All of these choices are correct. C. Your signal strength on the downlink should be about the same as the beacon. How is access to some IRLP nodes accomplished? A. By obtaining a password that is sent by voice to the node. B. By using DTMF signals. C. By entering the proper internet password. D. By using CTCSS tone codes. B. By using DTMF signals. What code is used when sending CW in the amateur band? A. Baudit. B. Hamming. C. International Morse. D. All of these choices are correct. C. International Morse. What is the disadvantage of using a handheld VHF transceiver with its integral antenna inside a vehicle? A. Signals might not propagate well due to the shielding effect of the vehicle. B. It might cause the transceiver to overheat. C. The SWR might decrease, decreasing the signal strength. D. All of these choices are correct. A. Signals might not propagate well due to the shielding effect of the vehicle. Which of the following connectors is most suitable for frequencies above 400 MHz? A. UHF-PL259/SO239 connector. B. A Type N connector. C. NRS213 connector. D. A DB25 connector. B. A Type N connector. What health hazard is presented by electrical current flowing through the body? A. It may cause injury by heating tissue. B. It may disrupt the electrical functions of cells. C. It may cause involuntary muscle contractions. D. All of these choices are correct. D. All of these choices are correct. Which of the following is an important safety precaution to observe when putting up an antenna tower? A. Wear a ground strap connected to your wrist at all times. B. Insulate the base of the tower to avoid lightning strikes. C. Look for and stay clear of any overhead electrical wires. D. All of these choices are correct. C. Look for and stay clear of any overhead electrical wires. Which of the following is an acceptable method to determine that your station complies with FCC RF exposure regulations? A. By calculation based on FCC OET Bulletin 65. B. By calculation based on computer modeling. C. By measurement of field strength using calibrated equipment. D. All of these choices are correct. D. All of these choices are correct.